have a very big fancy house to live in when she's an old lady, and she wants to be
Right.
very famous, and so that everybody will come to visit her and listen to her stories of daring do when she is old.
And does she see this house as being in the islands in the the tropics, as it were? It's not really the tropics, but anyway. Or
Yeah,
does she imagine that she's going to get enough wealth to go and buy land in the Federated Territories and sort of
they seem kind of annoying. She doesn't really like them. No, so the
right.
islands, I think, is probably where
So
she's making
Angel's
her
goals
home.
are basically make enough loot to buy property and be rich enough that no one comes after you for your illicit crimes.
Yeah. But you've got a lot of
Okay.
really good stories to tell, and can have like
Yeah.
very fancy salons where all of the best people will come
Right, yeah,
and
no.
hang
So
out with
you want to
you.
hit high society at 100 kilometers per hour, basically.
Heck
Like,
yes.
not for you, clawing your way up the rungs of classist society, but rather I'm just going to buy my way to the top, and that's it. And I will be inelegant, and they will just accept it because I'm richer than Croesus, and they will, just accept it. Is that
Yeah,
basically your goal?
yeah.
You'll be like the person who founds the 17 generation family line, and people will say, "How did you get your start?" Oh, you're it's
I was
a bit of a
I was a very savvy businesswoman and owner of a
exactly.
trading vessel.
That's right. That happened to accumulate a surprisingly large amount of wealth with no apparent relationship to whatever it was you owned. Yes, no, perfect. All right. So Angel's goal is get as much cash as possible together to buy your way into high society.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and
I like
have
it.
big adventures along the way. You
For
know,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. One other minor question, is your intention to then whitewash your history? Like, are you intending to does Angel imagine a world where they've got enough money to pay people to write better story, like the correct version of history? Or does Angel own the source of their wealth, and then your grandchildren will rewrite your history for you,
I
but
think
you'll
the
be dead by then?
grandchildren might be whitewashing it because she's very proud of what she does
Right.
and getting out of sticky situations, and yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So I got it. So Angel, wealth, and no hiding how I got there. And
No.
then, like I said, some descendant of yours will craft a more appropriate history when they've lost all of that adventurism and just become part of the class that you've
Mm-hmm.
sought to, kind of penetrate, as it were. All right, cool.
Uh-huh.
Mags, what is Mags's fundamental, desire? What does Mags want out of being a pirate?
I think she just wants to not be at home and be as far away from home as humanly possible. And for as long as humanly possible.
So Mags never wants to return to wherever home is. Mags will
Yeah.
just is Mags kind of like is Mags a saver or is Mags a spender?
Oh, a spender. There's no thriftiness. There's no plan. There's no goals. There's just
So money comes in and it just runs through your fingers like
oh
water.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and are you even attempting to hold on to the money, or are you just,
No.
I'm good. I'm just spending it however I want. I'm having the life I want to have. So
Yeah, there's
no
pretty
big
much
future
no
plans.
plan. No plan. It's just
Mags has no great vision. Just I'm
nope.
just going to live the life of a pirate,
Yes.
and
Large
so that then
family,
leads to
boring
a large
farming.
family,
Like
boring. Oh, farming,
yeah, I think very
farming.
boring farming, and there was just like kind of like, I don't want to do this. Bye.
All right. No, that's awesome. And particularly excised by other people's plans, or just whatever,
Just
whatevs.
whatever. Just as
Right.
long as it,
Nice.
you know, out here on the ocean, happier.
By the way, just to say, if I ever want to trigger my children, I just say whatevs, and it disturbs the fuck out of them. It is so funny. It's like the next level hilarity of my life. It's like I'll make some completely off-putting and completely incorrect, cool reference, and they'll go, "Oh my god!" It's like so funny.
Oh, it's
Gold.
so good to do that.
It's like
so
whatevs, and they go, Dad, no one says whatevs. No one says whatevs. It's awesome. It's like a superpower I have just to really ruin their day. All right. So Lorenzo, what's Lorenzo's, goal in being a
Money.
pirate? What? Sorry, what's that?
Pretty straightforward. Money. I think the retirement plan is possibly a bookshop somewhere and a printing press.
Lorenzo wants to be a member of the middle class. Does Lorenzo have a goal in regards to what he's going to print? Like, does he have a fundamental mission to share? Is he a religious zealot? Does he believe that God is dead and therefore he wants to print a lot of books about how dead God is? Does he just like the idea of owning a printing press? Is he a revolutionary at heart? Or any of the above? He's just into printing.
Right.
He just likes letters, sticking them on the blocks and hitting the big lever to push them against the paper. That sort of thing.
I think he could lean towards a revolutionary eventually. At the moment,
Right.
he's just going for the wealth. But
okay,
if the wealth isn't forthcoming in a hurry, then there's going to be plan B, which is to destabilize things to redistribute that wealth.
Okay. So he's actually not a revolutionary at all. He's just a greedy bastard who won't accept that, if the money's not flowing into his pocket, then goddamn it, he's going to work out how to make sure it's not in anyone else's pocket.
Exactly. That's right.
Nice. It's a reasonably selfish worldview. But look, many parts of the Russian Revolution have a similar, read enough
Yes.
Trotsky and you're in, right? Like, that's all I'm
That's
saying. I've still got to finish Trotsky's History of the Civil War. It is a fucking awesome read because it is without a doubt the least concerned about what people would think of the words you write history I have ever read. It is, and actually, I don't know if I should say that because there is one book I've read which has a particular author who might have been responsible for World War II. That was much worse. I'll just put that on the table now so that that's said and we can move on. But Trotsky is like writing about the massacre of the Decembrists, and he's literally saying, "Yep, deserved it. Fucking fence sitters." It's like the whole. It's like no one likes a fence sitter. They deserved it. They were traitors to the revolution, and he is owning that. He's in the middle of his history of the Civil War. There's not even a skerrick of question. There's no pretending. There's no rewriting. It's like, yep, we killed those buggers because they were splitters, and that's what happens when you're a splitter.
Yeah.
Of course, Stalin was to educate Trotsky on quite what that meant. But anyway, moving on. Okay. At, of all places, Frida Kahlo's house. There you go. Go figure. Trotsky was assassinated by a gun at Frida Kahlo's house, or Diego Rivera's house, depending on who you talk to. I prefer Frida Kahlo. Pan, what is Con's fundamental purpose in being a pirate? Why do they find themselves on the ship? Because I've got to admit, Con, not an immediate fit for the pirate ship.
No. Well, it depends how much we're keeping from the Seventh Sea setting.
It's completely up to you. I'm just asking the question to be annoying.
Yeah,
not helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, basically the original concept, which the details may vary, but the broad strokes we can stick with, is sort of the political situation back in. I've blanked on the name of the Castile. Yeah, Castile.
Yeah.
Was
Castilian.
bad. So they basically they survived essentially the burning of their college. So they fled that, and they're basically laying low, which is why they were on the ship in the first place. Just basically need to get as far away from Castile as possible. But their number one hope down the line is that they can go back, but it's just they don't know if it's safe to do it, and that's why they are as far away without going to another place that's much worse, possibly.
So do they So are they actively trying to find out what's happening back home, or are they just kind of waiting for the message to arrive, as it were? Random encounter in tavern kind of level of messaging.
I'd say she's keeping an eye on the news just in general, but also
Yep.
Probably doesn't trust a lot of the sources at the same time. So they're keeping an ear to the ground or to the waves, I suppose, but not like they want to get back, but they don't want to rush in and like find out that things have either gotten worse or not changed at all. So yeah, that's their goal is to go back, but right now is just to keep out of their sights, basically.
So would Con like sell out to go back? On the assumption that you're on the losing side of some debate at some point, would you sell out? Is Con that desperate to go back that they would, betray their friends and allies to return home, or are they?
I don't know. I don't know how principled she is. I know what answer
You're on a
that she'll
pirate ship,
give.
so I mean, there's some suggestions, lying behind that statement that might be, indicative. But they're just indications; they're not certainties. I accept.
I'd say she believes that she doesn't have a price, and she's probably wrong about that.
Right. Okay. Yep. So she doesn't think there's any way someone could, there's not enough gold on the planet to make me sell out my friends. But secret truth is, no. But what about this tasty, delicious treat from back home? And you're like, oh my God, that tastes so amazing. I can't live without it anymore. All right.
Just Turkish delight all the way down.
Turkish delight. Very nice. Does Con save their money?
Yeah, because I think I think, do I even have the money that we got previously? I might have already spent that, but overall, yes, because they know that they're going to need to return at some point and have money.
They'll need this nest egg that they're building up by being a member of the officer class of the ship.
Yeah, like she hopes she still has family back in the homeland, but she doesn't know. She hasn't been in contact with them for obvious reasons.
Very nice. All right. Okay, so I've got enough of an image in my head now. All right. So there's a Federated Territories pirate hunting fleet coming to the islands, but you also recently experienced a scout sloopy thing that came in and sort of raided the city you're in and kind of fled. And I can't remember, did you catch it? I can't even remember if you caught it. I don't think you did. I think it got away. There was a lot of bad sailing rolls, as I recall.
Yes, he was.
We got blocked by that other ship on by accident. Off memory.
Oh, no,
I
this
was
is
thinking of a different raid.
No, this was after. This was after.
Wrong raid.
This is when you turned up at Drenax.
And I remember was that we were in Torpol.
Yes,
and we had a bit of a run-in with that big ship, for the Ahashi ship, and then they were leaving, and we followed them.
Tried to follow them.
And then they lost you. And
they lost us. Oh.
Yes, and they were they were from the non-trading clan.
Yeah.
So the trading clan ship, then there was the big ship, which looked a bit like a trading ship, but had clearly been outfitted for war. So it was heavily gunned and crewed, and then it sailed, and you guys tried to follow it, and then you lost it. It was just traveling too fast.
Yeah.
So there's movement afoot, and obviously that's all within the context of the Federated Territories selling out these neutral islands by saying, no, we won't do anything if you come and take the islands. That'll be fine and dandy.
Yeah. And then there's conflict within the Ahashi.
Correct.
Elite, because the traders don't just want to keep the status quo, and the I can't remember which arm it was that wanted to
The
enslave
Explorers.
everybody. The Explorers.
Yeah. They are. Yeah. So you've had a bit of a chat with the female, the first daughter of the trading clan, and she had explained to you a little bit about some mechanical realities of how the clans operated. And
Yeah.
the most important point to remember is the trading clans are currently ascendant because they've got crap ton of money. And so they've been kind of keeping the peace between the Federated Territories and the Empire, mostly because they've got a crap ton of money and they can basically buy their way out of problems. However, the Explorer clan are now starting to send ships out and at some point could break the treaty. And obviously, if the treaty collapses, then the trade routes might collapse and the trading clan might not be a big fan. All right, so that ship sailed out. Now, she has so flicking back for a second. So her request to you is a little nuanced. Basically, you need to go. I don't think you've been back to Drinax with the information you have. So you
No.
should go back to Drinax and kind of share that. But there's also, like someone might need to disrupt whatever's happening on the Imperial side of the fence. Who wants to go and visit a land full of 2 meter tall humans?
Oh, yeah.
That's the number of people. Okay. Cool. I saw a lot of hands go up straight away. I saw the volunteering. Thank you very much for volunteering. All right. So you're on your ship. You've tried to track it. It's escaped. There's there's also the report of the little scout vessel or the little sloop that was near Drenax that also escaped. Or maybe you blew up, actually. Maybe you sank it. Who knows? So she's kind of explained the politics. We kind of ended it there, as I recall. The next day, you're actually approached by the second son. So you might recall the second sons were the warriors. You've not met a first son. Don't know who they are, although there's some mention of brothers who own the fleet and like the second sons own nothing. So he approaches you. Comes up to the ship. So there's a small guard unit of Ihate warriors, and there's the big guy that you met. Very first Ihate you met was in the warehouse. He was the guy that you met right at the beginning. He was very confusing for you to talk to because he seemed to have no concept of a whole stack of things and just wanted you to kill people. I think was the basic message that was delivered. So he's kind of rocked up. He's got a couple of people with him, and he's standing at the sort of I should pull up the matrix that Rob sent around so I can get the right name. Anyway, the pier. I'm going with.
Oh, yes.
The pier, and he's like, "Hello,
Greetings.
greetings. My sister has sent me.
Oh, okay.
She has requested that I explain something to you."
Oh, very well. Go ahead.
There is a camp that you must deal with.
I see.
The second son's camp. He looks at you all very meaningfully at this point.
Why?
Turns, looks at the two guards who are with him. They look at him. They all look at you again. The second son's camp.
And
Yeah.
by deal, you mean trade?
No.
Talk.
He looks vaguely confused by the second statement, not quite as much as the first one. Yes, you must talk to... No, the second son's camp. This is where it will begin.
Well, could you provide more details and context?
If you were sent to explain something by your sister, you are not explaining it very well and you are failing your task.
Puny humans. The second son's camp is where the second sons gather.
That makes sense so far, yes.
And the second sons are landless and have no wealth, have no property, have no...
Oh. So the second sons are the ship that attacked the galleon and we fought off.
Well, I mean, the clan, and he gives a name, makes use of the second sons.
Right.
Because they have no property, they have no land. So they need land to be, recognized. Yes, to have children, to own things, to be known,
Right.
to be first sons.
Right.
In their own right.
Pretend to be first sons.
No, they are first sons. They are owners of land and property. They are first sons.
That's the qualifier. So these second sons are the ones who are planning to invade the islands and steal other people's land?
Yes. Well, steal. I mean, take.
Stealing. I'm stealing.
Take.
So
Is it currently owned by an Ehate? No.
Stealing only
This is no
applies to
theft. This is just
Ehate
acquisition.
property.
Sorry.
So stealing only applies to Ehate property.
Yes. It would be highly dishonorable to steal land from another Ehate. But to take it in righteous battle would be, of course, completely appropriate.
Right. Very good. Okay, so we
and
need
you
to
are
go
not Ehate,
and...
therefore you cannot have your land stolen.
I don't own any land yet, so...
Ah, of course, you are a second son as well. I had understood that before.
Yeah.
But you own this ship, yes?
Yes, I do.
Ah, well, then you are a first son.
Okay. I'm first son. I'm going to go and destroy the second son camp. Is this what is being requested?
There are many Ehate in the second son camp.
How many?
I don't know. I've not been. My sister would not let me accept the call, so I find myself here explaining it to you instead.
Very well. And
otherwise, I would be in the camp and we would be, taking the land.
I see. So your sister requests that we deal with this camp.
Yes, and she has asked me to come with you to help you do this.
And what happens when we get there and you're surrounded by second sons?
I don't know what you mean.
Are you going to be loyal to your sister or loyal to your brothers?
Well, they're not my brothers. They are second sons.
So you're not going to suddenly start fighting for them on our ship?
Well, no. You can make a what's the skill? Jesus, this is the problem. I'm not doing this very frequently. Let me insight. You can make an insight roll for me.
Oh yeah, this is going to go well. I've got
See
one
how much you
panache.
believe him. Yes.
I got one
No,
success.
you got 2 because it started a new camp.
Oh,
Um.
double thing. God.
Okay, but you got the 1 success. Is that right? Or
Yeah, I got one success.
you did. Okay, so he is a little hesitant, if the truth were told, on that question. Like, he started, after all, in saying the only reason he wasn't part of the camp was because his sister wouldn't let him go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He may not be the most reliable witness, Governor, in which case we may need to, treat him as hostile. Anyway, well, but you do not know where the camp is, and you do not understand our rules.
No, I do not. Your rules are very confusing.
Yes, you should try being us, trying to understand your rules.
I imagine it's the same kind of level of confusion. So you're saying that if
Well,
you
except
come
that
on
our
my
rules are
ship-
sensible and yours are not. But yes, I accept your guess some point.
Oh, I wish the quartermaster was up here to explain all of this, and I didn't have to deal with him. Wow. Okay. So now you're going to come on my ship,
Yes.
and you're going to tell us where to sail to,
Yes.
and you're going to tell us the protocol to approach the camp.
Yes.
And then what are we going to do when we get there?
Well, I don't know. You're tricky. It's your most defining trait.
Very good. We will be tricky and deal with it. Am I going to have to bind you and take your weapons away from you to keep my crew safe from you when we get there?
This sounds like a conversation where you think that you do that.
Yeah.
Without many of you lying in a pool of blood at my feet.
Well, it depends how much you want to do what your sister tells you to do.
Well, I don't want to do it so badly that I'm giving you my weapons.
And I don't want you to betray us.
You keep on saying betray. I am not going to betray you. I am very, very, very loyal.
To whom?
To my clan.
And that's your sister.
Well, to the clan.
The clan.
And this camp is a different clan?
It's full of many clans. It's representatives, all the second sons gathered together.
Including your clan?
I don't know if any other second sons from my clan have gone.
Right.
And what will be our payment for dealing with?
Not having all of your land taken by the Ahate Explorer clan. My sister was very clear on this.
That will be the reward. And how are these second sons in the Explorer clan? Are they? What's going on there? How does that work?
Oh, it's easy. Explorer clan says we will take all of the land of the little humans, and then the second sons say yes, and we will get to claim some of that land for our own. It is not a complex conversation.
Right. This makes sense now. So we're going to an unknown location with an unknown number of hostile Ahate that we have to deal with.
Yes.
I need more information from your sister.
Okay.
Can you go and get it? Or could you bring her here to talk to us?
I was not asked to be a courier. And you are tricky. Perhaps you should go talk to her, or some of you, or whatever. I will wait on the ship. And he starts walking up the gangplank.
No. Nope. You may not board my ship until I give you permission. I have not given you permission. Get off.
I will tell my sister. She will be very unhappy with you.
Well, she can be very unhappy with me. I don't care. I'm not having you on here until I'm satisfied. I will go and talk to her. You will not wait on my ship. You will go and wait at that inn down there, and I will collect you.
Okay, can I get an exalt roll from you, please?
Heck yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I am the greatest thing you'll ever know.
He isn't meek about it, as in he doesn't meekly go down the gangplank, but he does go to where you tell him to go.
Excellent. Can
Thank
I
you.
take one of those 6s to use for my panache?
Yes.
Do that. Oh no, it won't let me have more than 2. Okay.
No,
That's
you
fine.
can only have 2.
I can only have 2. Okay, cool. Very good. Right. So who wants to come and talk to this sister and see if we can work out what's actually going on?
Well, I'll come.
Excellent. I do need your strategic eye, Lorenzo.
Plus, I can talk
All
your
right.
language.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't hurt, that's for sure.
This is why I want a printing press, is that I can actually start publishing things in other languages.
Oh, okay. All right. You're going to be the first Ihate printer in the Federated Territories.
Indeed.
Kind of start the Japanese 1870s craze, but with Ihate art or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
Any second now. Is it Rembrandt? I think it's Rembrandt. Anyway, whoever. Who did Water Lilies? Is that Rembrandt?
That was Monet.
Monet.
Monet was influenced heavily by,
Hmm.
Hokusai and others. Okay, so you front up at their ship. The first order is standing there looking at you from the top of her ship, going, yes, why are you here and where is my brother?
Your brother is where I told him to go. He's waiting for me. I need some more information, and he was unable to provide it.
Mm-hmm.
So we are
What
here
information?
talking to you.
Right.
You want
Right,
us to go and deal with this camp, but we don't know where it is.
My brother
We
knows
don't know.
he can take you.
Yes, but deal
Several
with
thousand in answer to what I think the second question you were just going to ask was.
how many people Ihate are we expected to deal with?
Yes.
Several thousand. And how many ships?
Oh, I don't know. I imagine the Explorer clan is rapidly bringing all of its ships to their location as fast as it can.
Very well. How big is this harbour? How many ships of the line would be required to blockade it?
You don't have any ships of the line.
Not me personally, but I know people.
I don't know. I'm not a. I'm a first order. I don't do war.
Oh,
Okay.
this is why we're getting nowhere. You want me to deal with them, and you're not giving me the information to deal with them.
Well, I sent you my brother. He could have answered that question.
Yet he did not.
Did you ask him that question?
Well, no. He just seems so
Right, there you go.
ignorant.
He's not ignorant. He understands his purpose and lives it.
And lives it well. And how much can we trust your brother? When we get there, is he going to turn on us and fight for the second sons?
She stops for a second and looks at you. You have been paying attention. I would suggest you don't let my brother spend a lot of time in the camp.
Very good. Okay, that we can handle.
Second
All right.
sons, worth is explicitly tied to the ownership of assets.
Yes,
He will
I
be
guess
surrounded by a lot of other second sons. It's easy to be reminded or persuaded.
that was my concern. Okay.
I'm not imagining you bringing a whole stack of warships. They are not. We are just as likely to fight each other as we are to fight you.
I see. So, wouldn't it be strange to have the humans turn up to the second sons camp?
There's lots of humans floating everywhere around the Empire.
And are they all slaves or are some of them free?
There are free humans. They just understand their place.
I don't understand that. I don't know my place anywhere. I do what I want.
Yes, that could be a problem. Well, that'll be a problem. My advice is that you don't do that if you go to the camp.
Okay. Right, can anyone think of anything else we need to ask, explore, understand?
I think we have a task of setting the second sons against the second sons in the hope that they whittle themselves down.
Does seem. Are there any existing rivalries that it would be helpful to know about? Apart from like between the explorers and the trading clans?
Oh, there'll be as long as the treaty was understood, they've been fighting each other. Like, what do you do when you have nothing to do? You fight. Well, if you're a male. So they've been battling each other for the last decade. Many of them represent minor clans, major clans, and they have been basically, what's the term you would use? It's a viper pit.
Very good. So.
But my brother understands all this because he's a second son.
Yes. So he can guide us, but not spend time there. Mm-hmm.
Well, not much time. I wouldn't let him talk to a lot of second sons. He's very useful. I don't really want to lose him.
I can not promise.
Do your best.
I will do my best. I hope I can return him to you in the same
Yes.
state he left.
That would be good.
Very well. We should go and collect your brother and make
Excellent.
our plans.
Nice.
All right. So we're going to go back to the pub, grab the brother, bring him on board now.
But as he comes on board, Mags is taking her purification of other people very seriously. So she would have been mixing up a very large barrel of salt water because he is very large. And the minute he steps on the gangplank, she's going to tip it over him from the crow's nest. Other people might get caught in the wash, but he must be purified.
It's a human custom from the island. You just have to deal with it. Oh, that's awesome.
Which also, if he does become a bit troublesome, we also have some purgatives just to purify him, pacify him a little more.
Excellent. That's right.
Are you? Sorry, I dropped out for a little while there. Are you?
Oh.
I got the bit where you were preparing the spray bottle.
Oh yeah, a large barrel because he's very large, and then when he steps on the gangplank.
When he steps on the gangplank, yep.
Yeah, she's gonna tip it on him from the crow's nest.
The whole thing.
The whole thing, the whole barrel. He's very large.
Okay, so you're on the crow's nest and you tip the thing. Can I get a sleight of hand roll? There we go. Sleight of hand for
Sleight of hand.
Pouring water from a great height on a person or Harte some many meters below you. Okay, sure. So he steps on and a giant cascade of water just lands on him and he's like washed out. He looks around, looks very offended.
Stick your head over. Everyone must be purified.
This is away on our ship.
He looks at all of you. He's got his sword sort of half drawn.
We have all been through this process.
Religious ritual for our ship. Behave yourself.
Yeah, we have all been shrivened, obviously.
It is. Am I allowed to clean myself of this shrivening?
Yes.
Right. Now, we must go.
Very well. Please show us the course that we must sail.
Excellent. He plots a course for you. I lost that one as well. Oh no, it's coming. Something went wrong with the server. No, something went wrong with my connectivity is what actually happened. Critical failure. Jesus. Might just have to go all the way back. Okay, I'm gonna have to I'm restarting. I'm getting back into Foundry because it died on me. Okay, so it's God, it's still happening. It's taking forever. All right. So as you say, we'll work that out in a sec. He gives you directions. It's all fine. Can I get what would it be? I think it's perception. Yeah. Can I get perception rolls from Con, Angel, and Lorenzo?
Perception.
Where is that?
Scouting, do you mean?
Scouting. Yep. That's it. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yep. Good point. Well made.
Sure.
Nope.
Come on, 4 sixes.
Someone got a
1
success.
6.
Yep,
Lorenzo got a success.
Content.
Lorenzo and Con got successes. Okay, so how frequently do you guys check your stash of cash? And a critical question, where is your stash of cash kept? Like, do you keep it in the communal pool and just trust that, it'll be properly divided at the end? Or do you keep your own little stash in a sack hiding somewhere?
Look, I keep mine in the communal pool because I haven't actually updated my character sheet with the last 2 lots anyway.
Yeah.
So actually, the truth is Lorenzo is spending money as fast as he makes it at this rate. Anyway, okay.
Yeah,
and sorry, Con.
I'd say also in the communal stash, mostly because where I had it written down has blanked itself. So I don't know how much money they've got.
I don't think we've divided it up the last lot. So
oh, haven't we? Well,
no,
that'll explain that.
Yeah. The question, so I'm actually, I guess, don't worry about how much cash you have. The question was more, where would you feel safest having it stored?
That is a very good question, because I think Con would want to keep it like in their own personal wherever. But they know that if it's in the communal stash, then everyone's keeping an eye on it. Because it's in everyone's best interest to make sure people aren't stealing from that.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely where Cons is.
Nice. And Lorenzo, you said you're also keeping all of your cash in the communal pool, as it were.
Yep.
In the large chest that's kept in Angel's, big
in
cabin
in
your quarters, because Angel, of course, is keeping a very careful eye on it. And is famous for their trustworthiness. So all good on your side. All right. So about a day into the trip, Con, you're in your surgery, you're in your cabin where you actually operate on people when they're foolish enough to need your services.
The cleanest room on the ship, which is not saying much, but we do our best.
Do your best, yeah. Carbolic acid has been, applied everywhere, that sort of thing.
I know the show you've been watching.
Hey, I'll have you know, carbolic acid was purely played from my historical knowledge, that one. And an awful lot of Victorian age reading. Glinting out from underneath one of your many boxes of accoutrements and, herbs and spices of your own special mix is a gold coin.
Okay. And I assume I didn't put it there.
No, this gold coin is news to you.
Are they like, is it a guilder or is it some other currency?
Well, it's a guilder. It's a Federated Territories coinage, so it's a guilder. Like, it's like a 10 guilder piece. It's a really chunky piece of gold coinage.
Yeah, a little bit too much to be just a tip for a job well done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's way too obvious there. It needs to go somewhere a bit more secret. So should probably take it and stash it somewhere else a bit more private.
Okay. Make a How good are you at hiding things? I'm feeling you're not too bad, are you?
I mean, I hope so. I hope they're good with their hands because that's a lot of people's lives.
Actually, you're pretty rubbish. As it turns out. Could you make a stealth roll for me as you try and hide the coin?
Sure. I'll take it.
Success.
It's not going to get better than that, so yeah.
Yep. No, it is not. Okay, so you secret it somewhere. Where do you secret it? You've got a whole room full of opportunity.
Yeah, I imagine it would be there would be like some box of materials that I don't use often, and there's absolutely no reason for anyone but the ship's doctor to ever even look in it. So they'll probably tuck it under some box of bottles, essentially, of various chemicals, miscellaneous.
Nice. Okay, this is your mercury bottle. This is your mercury box for helping, cure syphilis if anyone gets it.
Of course.
Of course. All right. So you've secreted the coin there. Perfect. All right. So you're sailing on, and by the way, actually, I should ask: does Con raise any? Is Con? What do you do now that you've hidden the coin? Is kind of the question, right? You've hidden the coin. Is there anything further you do with the reality of coin appearance that you'd like to flag?
I'd say at this point, just hope that there's more gifts from a mysterious benefactor.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the coins are just going to be, if more coins appear, they're going in the syphilis protection box. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And
because
until it becomes the coin box that also has mercury in it.
That also has mercury in it. Nice. All right. Okay. So sailing on, he's given you. I've finally got Foundry working. He's given you directions, and it's this. I don't know if you guys are looking at the map, but it's this big this kind of pointy promontory sticking out of the map.
Oop, I have to scroll all the way out. Oh, okay. You like the little finger that's pointing.
The little finger that's pointing. That's the one. That one right there. All right. Okay, so he points you there. Now, so something you need to be aware of. He's very serious at this point. You are not male warriors, and therefore you must not act like male warriors.
Okay. So what does that mean?
Well, you must act appropriately.
Which
understand your station.
No.
Yes.
Don't understand my station.
Well, it is that you are a lesser being with lesser culture and lesser rules, and therefore should act appropriately.
Yeah.
See? Now you understand. I have explained
Very rude.
It is just truth.
Very rude.
I am not responsible for your rudeness. I am only responsible for telling you the truth. You should be pleased that I have told you this. Excellent. I can see your joy at this conversation.
How little you understand humans.
What is there to understand? You have no real understanding of culture. I mean, you have this facsimile of culture that you talk about, and you have a terrible language with words that are mangled, and you have no true warrior spirit, and you don't value the capture of assets in the same way that we do. You take them, but then you sell them. Like some common trader, like some female.
You know I am female, right?
No, you are male. You own the ship. We had this conversation.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot.
Points at Con. Now that is a female. See? No weapons.
No weapons. That's right.
And also the other one with weapons is
male.
clearly female because they have spent much time learning other languages, which suggests they care about other languages, which means they are a trader. Points at Lorenzo.
Very confusing, isn't it?
No, it is simple.
No, it's very
you
simple.
are male, they are female.
Badly aligned.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
sure what you make of the one that climbs all through the rigging. I assume they are male, but it is unclear. I mean, to be honest, they are probably just a servant. This makes sense. And therefore human, and therefore their gender is irrelevant.
Yeah, he would have been hit by a lot of sprays of water during the time.
That's right. Just as he's walking down, just walking across the thing, it's like suddenly out of nowhere a nozzle appears, and it's like, and then it's gone. This is what's happening to him as he moves around the ship. It's like suddenly appearing nozzles. Hey Mags, can you make a scouting roll for me, please?
Nope.
Okay. All right. No worries. It takes you about 3 or 4 days to get there. Lorenzo, could you make me another perception roll, please? Sorry, scouting roll.
Oh, give it a go. Yes, I can.
Okay. In your quarters, you find a large coin.
A large coin.
Yeah, like a 10 guild a piece, as it so happens.
Okay. Do I know what this means at all?
No. If you're asking, is this the 2 coins that I place over my eyes so that the assassin can come and kill me kind of question, then no, you don't have a direct link to that.
More the point, is there a superstitious or religious significance to this with the high rate folk? Kind of like, for example, if you're making a Wiccan circle, you would have candles to make the boundary.
No.
Or
there's what you do know about particularly males is they hate and despise money in all of its forms. They won't touch it. They don't deal with it. There are people for that sort of thing. They're those people. They're also apparently very famously bad at managing money.
Okay. All right. Odd. Very odd. Okay. Where was it? Was it just on the ground table?
No, it was badly hidden underneath a box.
So this is the thing is I'm going. All right. So it was meant to be found. Is probably the best way of putting it, for whatever reason. Okay. All right. Well, I'll pick it up and I will. I'll actually just keep it on my person.
Right. So you're pocketing it, as they say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's day 3. You're almost there. A fight breaks out on the deck between 3 crew members.
Uh-huh. What
They're
the hell
punching each other. One of them's got the other guy slamming him into the ground going, "It was mine, you bastard. It was mine."
They're being squirted with water.
Right. Okay.
Trying to purify.
I like that you really embraced your priesthood status. I respect it. Are you dressed in black? Are you keeping that motif? Or
yeah.
Are you...
Yeah.
Okay,
Dressed in black.
So Mags is fully sold into the Psychopomp story.
Having
Has
the
the full
absolute
gear.
time of her life being annoying, basically.
Yeah. Good way for a character to be new in another character. Anyway, all right. So yeah, they're fighting on the deck. You pop up, you squirt them. They all start yelling at you. And then one of them says, "Maybe you took it." And then he leaps across at you, Mags.
Oh, keep squirting him. Right in the face. Salt water in the eyes.
Okay, make a marksmanship roll. Make a range combat roll, which you're very good at. So
Combat.
marksmanship, yep. Okay, you score him right in the eyes, and he sort of stops and starts shaking his head. All right, so at this point, not quartermaster.
I basically
first mate.
intervene.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So pull them apart, that sort of thing.
Yeah. What the hell is going on?
He's been stealing from the treasure. Points at one of them.
What treasure?
Well, he's been stealing. The guy goes, "No, I never stole anything."
Did you see him? Oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm getting bad comments.
He's got it. He's got it on him.
What did he take?
He took a coin, sir. He's got 2 of them in his pocket right over there. I saw him. We saw him put one in.
All right.
He's stealing from the communal treasure.
Empty your pockets. Talking to the other guy.
The guy's got his hands in his pockets. He's like, look, I just want to be clear. He kind of reaches into his pockets very deeply, pulls the pockets out, and holds his fists like this as he kind of lifts them up. He goes, "Nah, nothing." The guy goes, "He's got his hands."
All right, I basically just say to him, "We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way."
Well, I didn't steal anything. I found it fair and square.
What is it? Show me.
And he opens up his hand, and there's a 10 guilder coin in one hand. He's got one in the other hand as well.
Right. And where did you find this?
It was over there. It was over there. Points at the general direction of where they all hammock. All sleeping in their hammocks because they don't have cabins because they're not like you. People are not, officer types. They've, got to slum it in the shared quarters.
So, in particular, where? Was it under anything? Just find it on a bench?
Yeah, it was. It was under his hammock, and he points at another guy. The guy goes, "What?"
Jeez. Right. So, talking to the first guy, did you actually see him take the coin?
From where? I saw him. I'm sure he put it in his pocket. That is clearly treasure. He's nicked it. He's been stealing from the crew. And the guy goes, "I didn't steal it. I just found it on the ground. It must be that guy. We should check him."
Right.
It was under his hammock.
So,
he pulled out his pockets.
You all agree that this is treasure?
Well, how else would you get 10 guilders? Well, no, I don't agree with treasure, says the guy who was sleeping above the coin. I have no memory of these coins. I was not involved. He's moving away. Some other people are looking at him very hard. It's like, oh, hold on a second. You're a bit dodgy. And then they all realize they're pirates and therefore everyone is dodgy. But anyway, so general state.
But it is a good foundation for democracy on a pirate ship.
It turns out it is. Complete lack of trust in any form of authority is a surprisingly effective reason for going, we should write this shit down and put a vote on it. It's not working in America right now, though, so that's a bit weird. But anyway, let's dwell. Right.
God. All right. So I'm tending along the lines. Well, this is the problem. I know that he has just found the coin.
Yeah, you do, because you got one in your pocket right now.
Exactly. That's right. So
you can't do the obvious thing, which is, all right, everyone, turn out your pockets.
Exactly. That's right. So maybe what we do is we just return it to the pool of treasure. Don't want to have the guy flogged or anything. No.
Well, hold on, says the guy who was attacking him in the first point. The guy saw him put the pockets in. Are you saying we just put the coins back and we let this thief, and he points at, or thieves, he points at both of them. He's thought about this for a second.
Thieves.
These thieves. We just let them off.
So you're implying that both of them have taken coins.
Well, he found it under his. That guy must have stolen it from the treasure. He points at the second guy. And then he stole it from him. Also thievery. I know my thieves, sir. I do. And therefore, they are both thieves.
You seem
when he
to be
found it, he could have just said,
on this whole process.
Well, I'm just saying, he could have just held the coin up and said, I found this coin on the ground. Couldn't he? That's right. He could have.
What? And he could have just asked, is this anybody's?
Well, he could have done what I did. He could have told the rest of the crew about this thief. Points at the first guy who was in the hammock.
I see. So if you found a coin on the floor, you would immediately ask everybody and tell them that you found this coin? Is that what you're saying to me?
He looks at you with the most innocent baby face, little blinking puppy eyes. Exactly. He actually does Puss in Boots look. That's right.
Yeah.
And goes, of course.
Salt of the earth. Hey. God, it's
I
typically...
am an honest member of the crew. I have signed the charter.
Oh, it's so tempting to plant a coin on him. Well, yes. So the fact is that they are denying. I mean, we should basically. The thing is, we put it to the crew for the decision on what to do with this person anyway.
Right.
Because
True.
It is actually, as per the charter and the democracy of the crew, they're the ones who have to make the decision. We just follow it out. We just
right. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Yes, says one of the guys who hasn't involved himself so far. You're completely right. It's a good thing you're first mate. All right, guys. Let's get a bit of a jury together. Let's put these people to the test. So, so all of this is going on. The rest of you are now aware that there's like there's people running around the ship saying there's going to be a crew. There's going to be a court. We've got to try these guys. They've been stealing coins.
Right.
Hey.
So, Angel is captain.
Yes.
Is going to come out of her cabin. And that's why I'm like,
yes.
What is going on?
Captain! The first mate has made a very important point.
I
That is
see
that we
about
should all
what?
try. What we need is someone to advocate, Captain. Will you, Captain, take the stand on behalf of the crew and punish this criminal?
I'll have no criminals aboard my ship.
Exactly. See, that's right there. Not a single one on this ship. We're all very innocent. And yeah, we'll need some learned folk to do the lawyering.
So this mate has been accused of theft out of the communal stores.
Yes. Are you going to be judge or prosecutor, Captain?
I think I might be the judge.
Excellent.
Although,
well, we need a big chair for you then.
Yes. I have not counted the coin and the coffers. I don't know if anything is missing.
Well, it
And
must
if
be.
so,
Where else would you find? This guy's just finding coins lying around on the ground. It can't be possible, can it? He's stolen it, Captain. That's what he's done. I'll be prosecutor. That's answered. Perfect.
Yeah. Is there like a ritual for? I feel like there should be a ritual for counting out the coins so that everybody knows.
Oh, there's absolutely. Everyone gathers around and watches the coins get counted.
Drooling.
I think police going to like get up a rope barrier that no one's allowed to cross. They can all stand around and look.
And you're going to literally count the entire.
Down in the hold. You'll be down in the hold with them around the top. Just like remember Master Commander when he's doing the trapanade to his. And he's down in there doing his business.
Yeah.
That's the scene.
I'm going to like bring out the ledger. I've got like a massive book where I keep all of the details of like how much each crew member has accumulated and how much they've taken out to spend.
A ledger.
Yep. Great big book ledger. And the coins and I think we're going to have to do
hold on, Captain. First. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the coins are the coins, but this man's a thief, Captain. We have to try him.
Mm-hmm. But first, we have to make sure that nothing is missing. Have you noticed that there's somebody new on our ship?
They all look at the Aslan, at the irate second son. Like the whole crew looks at him. He's foreign, he is.
He is.
Yeah, that explains. Of course, and they're rich, you know.
Perhaps he has dropped his coins around the ship. That is another possibility. Maybe some fell out of his pouch. Should check that.
They all look at you. They look at him. They look at you. Is that you going to check that, Captain, or you want like first mate to check?
We might do it together.
Check what?
Captain said we should check his pouch, see if it's got a hole in it.
Yeah.
Losing coins everywhere.
Well, yes, but just don't touch our guest.
No, we won't.
By all means, look at the pouch, but you're not allowed to actually touch his person or his possessions.
No.
Okay. There's a bit of a conversation, and then they go to see the doctor. Doctor.
Yes.
So we've got a bit of a problem, and we figure a man of learning would help us here.
Woman, but go on.
Yes, sorry. Yes, woman. Sorry. Good point.
That's why you're the doctor.
Yeah, so doctor, what our challenge is apparently we want to check whether a pouch has got a hole in it, but we're not allowed to touch the pouch or the person wearing the pouch. Now, Fred is suggesting we use a rope, but that probably requires a little bit of agreement for the person who's getting checked. We'd have to tie the rope to the pouch, pull it out, kind of hold it up high, and then see if it's got a hole in it. I thought a stick. We just use a stick and kind of lift it up. But then I wondered, does the stick count as touching? What are your thoughts? Got any thoughts? It's a very complicated question. There's been a bit of a discussion. We thought you'd be the perfect guy to help us out. Woman. Best perfect woman.
A
perfect
very
woman.
specific riddle, and I feel like
Yes.
it's missing context. But if a stick
okay, I could
count
give that to you
wouldn't...
if you want. There's a big tall guy with a sword who's probably going to get pretty pissed if we start touching him. I think that's the message.
Oh, so this isn't a metaphorical or a theoretical.
No. It's his pouch. He points at the giant Aslan high rate warrior. He goes, that guy, him.
Have you considered asking?
Oh.
He'll say
right,
no,
that...
but I mean, it's worth a shot.
Well, you were meant to be helping.
Well, you get to a good solution by eliminating the bad solutions early. So why do you want to look in their pouch?
Well, no, we want to look at the pouch. We don't want to look in the pouch. Well, maybe we do want to look in the pouch. That's a good point. Ooh, that's learning. That is.
I mean,
that's learning. I don't know how else.
The learning is going to come after you try and look in his pouch.
Is the pouch hidden?
No, it's on his person right there. You can see it. Look, he's looking at us right now.
So we can see it, which means you're already looking at it.
Yes, but we want to get a close look. For a slit, it's got to have a slit cut in it where the coins come out, or maybe a tear where the coins come out. Says one of them. It might not be a slit, might not be cut, might be an accident. Just saying, could be very innocent. I think that's where the captain was heading.
Captain doesn't think anything. It's very innocent.
So, are you comfortable if... actually, we've all thought about it, and what we've realised is we love the idea of asking. Now, but we think he might get a little nasty if a person with a weapon asks, and we did notice you don't have a weapon. So you could ask.
That is an option. I could do that.
Yes.
Why exactly am I? Why do we need to do this?
Oh, we found coins on the ground. Well, we didn't find them. He stole them. This is one of the guys. No, we found stole. No, found. No, stole. All right. Anyway, whatever. There was a coin. It was on the ground. Mad Henry grabbed the coin. He kept it. Willie Pete found out that Mad Henry had grabbed the coin. He gave him a pummeling. First mate came in. Now, we were going to try Mad Henry, but the captain's counting coins. Most of the rest of the guys are watching that. I can understand. I would prefer to be watching that. But then captain said maybe the coins came out of the pouch, which seems like a good idea. I see where he's coming from. Because who else has added themselves to the ship recently and is richer than Midas? Who? I tell you who. Trading Clan boy. That's who. He's rich, I can tell. Look at him. And then... yeah. And then we thought you could help us get closer to the pouch to see if it's got a hole in it, because it might be an accident. Coins on the ground, that is.
And what is the next step if there is a slit in the pouch?
Well, then it'll be obvious. He'll just drop coins, which means the person who found it can keep them.
Well, shouldn't we then give it back to him if it belongs to him?
Well, he's richer, isn't he? He doesn't need it. It's just money. He won't mind. I've heard second sons don't like money.
Then why would he have money?
That's exactly right.
Why would you be part of the trading clan if you didn't like money? It's kind of the whole thing. Unless it's a barter system. I have to say, I do not know a lot about the Ahate and their culture.
Wow, you are learned, aren't you? You got some real book smarts going on there. That was, yeah, it's a good point. Why would you be a member of the clan? Yeah, you don't like money. Yeah. Trading clan money makes sense. It's a good argument. Could you ask him though? Like that'd be really helpful.
I make no promises, but I can ask if that would make you and Willie Pete and Mad Henry feel better.
Thank you. That'd be great. Yeah. So they're all like gathered up around behind you in that, super supportive way.
Like pushing each other
But
to
also
the
close enough to push me into danger, but far enough away to be out of their swings. Got it?
Yeah, exactly. You've understood the fundamental alignment model. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I would approach the brother. Sorry.
Female.
Yes, that is me. Sorry to be a bother.
Yes.
But the crew have just some concerns that perhaps you'd have maybe your pouch was damaged, and I was just hoping to see if I could have a look at it, maybe mend it for you if you need. I'm handy with a needle and thread, as you can probably see from some of the men here who have injuries and are not dead. Flesh and fabric, essentially the same thing. Just one screams a little bit more.
Yes. You wish to look at my pouch?
Oh yes. Just there's been some reports from the crew that it may be damaged. Maybe has a tear in it. That would be causing problems for you, of course.
Of course. Picks up his pouch, looks at it, jangles it in his hand. It makes a very large jangling noise.
They all drool behind him.
They do all drool behind them. And he goes, of course, here, and just dumps the whole thing in your hands.
Thank you. Obviously, I'll have to dump this out, but probably shouldn't do that around the men.
Why?
Sort of like,
surely they don't care about it. They're men.
Only
a female would be worried about what is inside this pouch.
Well, I think you'll learn about the federated people of the federated territories. Is there are quite a few men who do behave like women in that way.
Yes, I've already noticed this.
Yes, so just for peace of mind for all of us, I'll take this somewhere private, but probably just back to my surgery. If you'd like to come with, that's available. But I feel like we've built up a rapport. If you would choose to trust me instead, then that would be appreciated even.
Well, I am. Why would I care? It's just money. There will be more.
Now that is a good way to put it.
So you can have a pin drop at this point. The whole ship goes silent. He said, "What?"
I think the crew are going to soon.
Yeah. But if you would like me to stand guard at the door while you check, then I will do so. I have heard that some of your, what do you call, what will these men-women, as we will now call them, they are
crew. I believe they prefer.
Crew. That is the word. Excellent. I shall use that word more. Your language is complicated, but crew is a good word. I like it. I could stand at the door and ensure that the crew do not interfere if that is your intent. One of the crew, by the way, particularly the guy who was leading the pack on the conversation with you, was like, I could help you check.
Okay. What number comes after 7?
Well, 9.
That's technically correct, but not quite there. I appreciate the offer. However, I can check a bag. Much as
well,
I don't need your assistance. It is very appreciated.
okay.
But
They allow
I
you
can't.
to move off. It's okay. We'll wait out here, but you've got to tell us if there's a tear.
Of course, I will.
And one of the guys pipes up in the background. And how much is in there? Round figure will do. Don't need an actual number. Just a cents. Plus or minus 20%. Anyway. All right. So you go back to your thing and you empty it out. It's full of coins of various denominations, and there's a bunch of them that aren't Federated Territory coinage. They're obviously from the Khanate. And yeah, there's a pile of them. It's just gold coins. Like there's probably 50 to 100 gold coins in this pouch.
Okay, and there would at least be some that match the ones that have been.
Oh yeah,
around.
there's a few 10 gilder coins, but there's a bunch of other ones as well.
Okay. Yeah, I will check over the bag for a hole, like just in case
there is
that's
no
actually
hole.
the case. Yeah.
No, there's no hole.
And just while I'm doing that, I'll like be trying to make small talk. I don't know how subtle she'll be, but basically just along the lines of, so why are you carrying coins?
Because my sister sent me unattended, and I have to carry coinage. Actually, you're female.
Would you like me to carry this for you? Is that
yes? And then
standard?
I could ask you when I need things, and you could facilitate it.
That is an agreement. That is a arrangement that perhaps would work.
He reaches into his coat, into his kind of silk overvest, and pulls out another 2 of these bags and gives them to you. Oh, I feel so much better now.
Like a weight has been lifted, literally.
I'm glad I could provide this service for you.
Your best estimate is you've probably got somewhere between 800 and 1,000 guilders right now in your hands.
So a small kingdom's worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the last treasure that your ship took was 8,000 guilders in total.
Yeah.
Let me just add this to the note. Just who cares about the 10 guilder coin in the anti-syphilis box?
Yeah. Excellent. This is much better.
Gold.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Just hold on to that.
I will keep it safe. I will
like it's your own.
Yes. I'm like I don't think that the brother's very good at reading.
Completely useless. Incredibly bad.
Like these sorts of emotions. Not emotion. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, they're quite flustered, but I don't know if that's been picked up or not by the brother.
No, the brother is completely unaware. As far as the brother's concerned, you exist pretty much to make problems go away for them.
I must ask that obviously the crew as it is, they might get it in their minds that they'll be able to take this from me. So
then I will kill them.
No. So if you kill them, it'll upset the captain, because you know how they are. They're a sister, but they're a bit of a brother, aren't they?
They are
So
also
rather,
got it.
yes. So rather than kill them, just you cut a very intimidating figure. So I'm sure you could.
If I killed one, then the rest would know that I might kill the rest.
Yes, but if you let them live and don't
the others
cripple
would
them
live.
too badly. But yes, but if none die, then they can pass on to the rest. How serious we are here.
This makes much more sense.
Only if they try to, take this.
No, I think I've got it now. I understand. I have a clear vision for what I need to do.
I'm not certain of that, but just don't break anyone in a way that I can't fix. It's kind of my thing.
Oh, no, I will not. I will not. You are clearly a skilled healer. You made that point at the beginning. You said that you are actually good at even bringing people back from near death. You were very clear on that point. And he walks away. Meanwhile, Willie Pete is standing at the top of the stairs, looking down with lust and greed warring in his mind as he can't work out what he's meant to do. But he knows there's so much money down there, and Willie Pete wants that money. You hear a short, startled noise, and then a crunching sound, and Willie Pete's arm is snapped in two, and the second son is holding Willie Pete, who is now sobbing and crying in pain with one broken arm. And he then goes, "If anyone touches the woman, I will do this." And he grabs the other arm, having gotten everyone's attention by breaking the first one, and snaps the second one in his bare hands and drops him to the ground. Looks at all of you and then walks back down the stairs. I have done what you suggested, and I think you should be able to fix him.
Can you please bring him down, and I will do. I will. Okay. Thank you.
It's all right.
Okay.
I'm glad I could help. But I don't carry injured humans. I'm a warrior. You'll have to get someone else to do that.
Okay.
Strides back up the stairs. No worries. Looks menacingly at everyone and walks up to the forecastle of the ship and sort of stands there looking out over the ocean. Meaningfully.
I yell out to the crew, "Does everybody understand?"
Is anyone not clear on the message?
Let me see your hands up. If you understand.
Willie Pete, why don't you understand? You should understand the most.
Can't get my hands up. All right. He looks over the front of the ship in a meaningful "I am a warrior lord" kind of way. You have 1,000 guilders that he may never remember giving you. Or he may actually ask you to pay for something that costs more than 1,000 guilders. This is the risk that you now run with this. Yep. He has no idea what money means. The crew are somewhat subdued and no longer interested in pursuing the thief conversation. But they are but they all watch you count the coins.
Yeah.
And at the end of the counting of the coins, and I actually want you to make a what will it be? It should probably be an insight. There is a reason why it's insight, I promise you. I'm trying to think of what it should be. It's more prudence, yeah. Just make. Actually, can you make a survival roll for me?
All right, I'm doing survival. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Okay, so that was the test to see whether you remembered where you're up to in the counting with all of the screaming and people carrying on. And you did. You stayed focused through all of that. So when you get to the end,
counting the money.
The treasure is down 200 guilders.
200.
Wow.
Guilders. So the coins are worth 10 guilders. The coins you've seen are worth 10 guilders. So it could be anywhere between 220 coins that you're missing.
Well, I think I'd know actually because I'd keep the logs of like how many of each
denomination. Yeah. Okay. So it's there's 20 of these 10 guilder coins missing.
Yeah.
And who has access to this chest?
Only me.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What have I been doing? I've been sleep stealing.
Right.
Well, there's 20 coins missing. Now, luckily for you, the crew have completely lost interest in your counting because people were having their arms broken in front of them and all these other things. So you've got the full count, but what you choose to tell the crew is up to you. So my question is, what do you tell the crew when you finish the counting?
Counting. What do I tell them? I am not happy. There is something very weird going on because we've never had this problem before. The crew's a bunch of criminals, but they're my criminals, and we have an agreement. Like, their money is there. I keep it safe for them. Like, it's all very transparent and fair.
Yep.
I don't know what to think about this.
All right. What do you say? Here you are. You're at this point. You've counted the coins. What do you say?
Do you declare that they're all here, or do you just slink away?
Or do you lie about the final count?
Because then I'll have to come up with the extra money. I don't want to do that. It does not sit right with me, but I don't know if this is the right moment to deal with it. No, I'm going to have to tell them. I tell them there's coins missing. There are 20 coins missing.
The first thing is, do you tell the immediate officers?
Oh, yes, I tell the immediate officers.
Us.
Yeah. Well, except for Con, because she's very busy doing surgery right now.
Splinting some arms for Willie Pete.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know be working on the rolling crew.
I was just looking. I didn't touch anything. He's gonna cry. I was just looking. Anyway.
And I'm sure you won't going forward.
No.
Well,
all right. So I pull aside Max and Lorenzo and Dom and tell them that there are 20 coins missing. 20 10 guilder coins missing from the communal treasure.
At which point I bring out the 10 guilder coin and say, I found this in my room.
Found it?
It looked like it was meant to be discovered.
So
like somebody deliberately left it there to be found. But not in an obvious on top of the table way. It was just kind of nestled underneath.
So, someone came and took coins. 20 10 guilder 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 coins. 20 from the communal treasure and has then deposited them around the ship for people to find?
I think so.
This is not a treasure hunt.
Which is why potentially that so-called thief's story is plausible, because he would have just found it, and the crew, being what they are, would have just pocketed it.
Of course.
So there are 19 other coins out there.
Well, 18. Oh, no, 17. You found 2.
17.
There were 2 in that
We've
guy's pockets.
So we've got
we found
3
2.
now.
Yeah.
So 17.
So we've recovered 3 coins.
17 coins in amongst the most vile, unconscionable people around. Where did that doctor go to?
Yeah, Max is going to start like turning out pockets, and like there's going to suddenly you realize that there is like a massive amount of pockets in this robe that can't have actually been sanctioned by the psychoforms, but like all kinds of junk is coming out of these pockets.
This is very strange, but the only way to recover it, I think, is to treat it like a treasure hunt. I'm going to announce a treasure hunt.
Oh, knives. I want to go and actually talk to our guest on board.
Oh, and please do, because I don't want to talk to him.
I'm talking to him in his native tongue, by the way.
Yeah.
And asking him, in his culture,
yes,
do you give coins away to people for any reason apart from trade?
Yes, I gave all of my coins to your doctor just recently.
Oh, did you? What, that bag of coins?
No, all 3 bags.
All 3 bags? Okay. Okay. All right. So why did you give him the bags of coins?
Well, it's not a him, it's a she, and I gave them to the woman to manage.
Why did you give her a bag of coins?
Because women manage the money.
Oh, okay. But
I no longer. It was a relief to remove this distraction from my presence, and of course now I will be able to get her to do the talking to people who deal with coins.
You give her a greater purpose to serve you. I understand.
Oh, absolutely. And also I have explained to your crew that if they trouble the woman and the money, I will do what I did to the person at one of your crew. I can't remember them. Anyway, they were.
It's all right.
One of many.
They're not relevant anymore.
Exactly right.
They're just crew.
Exactly.
They fully understand by your actions as to what the result will be.
Yes.
If the money is stolen.
Well, but, yes.
But you have there's nothing else with the money, like you don't put it around the ship or anything like that? No?
And what?
And cause the arguments.
Why would I care about arguments?
We are greedy. Humans are greedy. And
yes,
if you want to get them to fight, then you put a bundle of wealth in amongst them, some coinage.
Oh, I did not know that. That is interesting. I'm sure my sister knew. Yeah. I feel okay. So no. If I wanted a fight, I would pick one of your crew up, and he reaches over to find him.
You don't have to do that to our crew.
They're all very carefully dodging away at this point.
Can operate.
Right, yes, okay. Because I was going to explain, but I've unfortunately not got one near me, that I would just break them until they started fighting.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for your time.
Anyway, no worries. I need to return to my contemplation of the future.
Good luck with
Turns
that.
away from you, looks back over the front of the ship, looking into the water.
Wow,
with
what
a
a
very
guy.
vacant stare.
All right. I step backwards a couple of steps before turning, keeping my eyes on him.
Just in case.
He just kind of reminds me of the paladin in D&D. Okay, oh, there's a rock coming. There's a rock. Oh, he's gone over it. The D&D movie. It's brilliant.
It is brilliant. And the
All
paladin
right.
is so good. Anyway.
Yes. Okay. No, that's cool. I go back and have a chat to the captain.
Right.
There's no.
Wasn't me, Governor. Didn't do it.
I'm just trying to work out a role for our crew member with the 2 broken arms. Do we kind of turn him into a portable mast? Because you have them all kind of rigidly wedged.
Some sort of clothes hanger.
That's right.
Here, hold my towel, Willie Pete. I'm going to have a shower.
Or
throw the towel over his arm as you walk in.
A pouch hanging from each arm of gold.
Sorry, I just got to give you Willie Pete outside some sort of canvas arranged thing where the people go in to have baths. One arm for the dry towels and one for the wet.
Square rigged Willie.
Pick up a dry towel and then they come back out. They throw the wet towels on the other arm. And he's just like standing there going, I can't move. It's all I got. Come on. That's pretty funny. Okay. Poor old Willie Pete.
All right.
Anyway.
And I report to Angel that he's our good surgeon is now his assistant in all things financial.
Right.
Do you tell the captain how many pouches of gold was handed over? Or are you keeping that knowledge for yourself? It's a lot. How much? It's a lot. All right.
Yes.
The good news is, Con, now in the evenings when you go and go to sleep, the irate warrior actually sleeps outside your door.
I'm waiting for the good thing about that.
Take the positives, Con. You got to take the positives. Build some gratitude into this. At least I know where they are.
I guess, in a way.
And the likelihood that they're quietly breaking people's arms.
To do damage to people, and he's right near the surgery.
Convenient.
It simplifies things, yeah.
It does, yeah. Okay, so right. The Queen. So you guys are sailing on, and as you're approaching the finger, as it's now going to be known, the finger of the Carnate pointing directly at the islands. He does come back out and say, now that we approach, I need you to understand one other thing. Two other things. Yes, one. This is land that no one wanted. It's why they gather there, because no one wants this land. And so a broken clan lives here, but they are well, to be brutal, they are not even worth as much as one of you. But they may have the information that you will find useful, and unlike most of our people, they will probably talk to you. Because they have lost all honor. So this is for you to know, yes? And 2, your ship is a warship. I would not sail it into the harbour.
Okay, so where should we leave our ship?
Oh, I don't know. Where do you want to leave it?
Well, it needs to be in a safe harbour somewhere. We can't just leave it
Why?
anchored offshore or anchored off in the open sea.
Ah, this is a female concern. Right. Yes. Understood. Yes. Well, I can point you at one of our ports. You could stay at there and get some small ship. That would be safe.
Okay, and are you going to pay for this small ship to take us?
Ah, yes, of course. This is a good point. No, but he looks very smart for a second. But I have a female for that now, so they will pay for it.
Good doctor.
Yes, Captain. Do we have an idea of how much that will cost? We have. Did the second sister? Did she give you an estimate of what that would cost? Seeing as under the understanding that you would be paying for that. We are new to these lands, obviously.
Oh, no. You just negotiate with one of the other females and you work it out.
So, when you were going to do this, were you going to negotiate, or were you just going to accept whatever price?
Well, why would I care? They would just tell me how much it would cost and I would pay. But now that I have a female, you will negotiate. I
think this was probably for the best in a roundabout way.
Yes.
Excellent. We can do that. Yes.
Excellent. Well, we will go there. We will negotiate, and then the female, pointing at Con, will pay.
Very good, as long as I am not paying.
No. Well, no, you're not paying. The female is paying.
Yes,
it is
your
female, so you may have to give it more funds to pay, of course. But
I
mean, that's not you paying. That's the female paying.
I'm sure we can find a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the port and you're greeted by, various vessels, most of them armed to the teeth. He stands up the front and yells, no, it's all fine there with me. Everyone says, how does that help? And then he explains that it does, and they go, okay, it does. They then let you berth your ship. Your crew are terrified. So your crew are like basically 60 to 65% as tall as everyone else in this port. The ships are bigger. You're under the cover of these giant bloody guns, and it's not crappy forts that don't have the reach to reach both sides of the harbour kind of story. This is a proper death trap. And then he goes, well, so you must tell your crew. He's very Angel. You've noticed that he uses crew in a very weird sort of way. It's almost like a personal pronoun. Keeps on referring to them as crew, and he's very emphatic. Crew.
A group of females
Repeat.
pretending to be male. A group of females
Repeat.
pretending to be male.
So very specific. And actually ask what the job of the various crew are at one point. When you start to explain what they do, he gets very bored and wanders off. But, conceptually ask the question. So your crew, he says, will need to stay on the ship.
Yes, they will.
Yes, because if they leave, they will be killed.
Yes,
or
they will
possibly
stay on the ship. But
captured and then turned into indentured servants.
how will they get food and water?
Looks at you.
He's expecting the ship has it.
Well, I don't know.
Surely it would have been easier to just go out and find a ship captain and take it and then return.
Well, you're here now. You can't just leave.
No, we can't leave.
Assurances have been made.
Certain promises have been made. Well, no, you will have a female negotiate for the food and water. I mean, this is obvious.
Which
But
one
not
of my
crew.
crew is the female?
What? No, they're crew.
Yeah.
I
Points at Con.
he's
He's
referring to me. It's
And looks
okay.
confused and angry.
Possibly has also decided that Dom is also female because Dom also doesn't carry any weapons, seems to be highly learned, speaks a whole stack of languages. So really, as far as the irate is concerned, there are two females on the ship, and they're very obvious because they don't carry weapons.
Lucky
Makes sense.
for us. Oh well, the Dom will have to negotiate for food and water to be
Right,
bought.
so food and water negotiation is under control. You go off and are introduced to the female who introduces herself interestingly as the First Order.
Is the First Daughter.
As the First Order.
Because this one's sister, was she First Daughter as well?
Yep.
Yeah. But this one is the First Daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
And oddly, well, not oddly, I mean, you guys don't have a clue what's going on most of the time.
Everything's odd.
Everything is odd. He is clearly much more subservient to this female than the one that you have seen him with previously.
Yeah. So she's certainly higher up.
Yeah, there's a hierarchy at play here. You're not quite sure what it is, but there's definitely a hierarchy.
Hierarchy, yeah.
And male and female have set roles and duties, and she is the most important in the daughters of this particular tribe group.
She is the first order of this town.
Right. Yep.
She will address the need for a vessel. I have explained to the need. Now the female will negotiate with the female, and then we will leave.
I'm sure she's never done negotiation before.
I mean, not on this
All right.
for anything this important. Let's go.
Excellent.
Yes, we
remember, be assertive.
Who do
State what you want.
Well, just for clarification, what do we want? Is it just for the officers? Are we trying to get our entire crew over there? What's the plan here?
I think it's just the officers who will be going, and maybe one. Oh, Lorenzo's just disappeared. Maybe one.
Okay.
Oh no.
Of course, we got to take Willie Pete.
You got to look after.
Exactly. I'd probably like turn to the brother. Says,
Yep.
does she speak our language? Do you know, or?
Oh, you. I don't know. Yes, I assume.
Okay, that will simplify things.
Yes.
All right. I will approach the first daughter. Was it first daughter or first? Yeah, first daughter.
First order.
Hello. I believe you're the daughter in charge here.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are not.
Oh, I am not. No, of course not. I'd never claimed to be. That would be very foolish. We were led to believe by this fine brother of the trading clan that
Yep.
you would be the person to talk to about gaining passage to the Second Son's camp on the Finger. Would that be correct, or should I have some stern words with my brother here?
It's fascinating talking to. So you're like a pet. He's adopted you.
Oh no. It's more as if I took on the role of a daughter on for him. I'm helping him because you know how brothers are. Like you know how the men are. They cannot be trusted with coin. They have no sense of it.
Okay. She looks at you very confusedly for a while, like for a good long while. It's not a short look. He has made it clear that this is to protect the clan's interests. So I will allow it, although I am not used to speaking to one such as you in such a manner. But as long as there are no brothers here, then it will be fine. So what do you want?
Oh, just passage for about six passage in a vessel not of war into the
Okay.
Second Son's camp.
This is easy. We will negotiate on this topic, but I have the answer. Now the question is, how much will you pay?
Well, we are new to these lands. We are unsure of the going rate, so I was hoping you could give us a figure to begin negotiations at, and I'm sure we'll come to a happy agreement between our groups.
Okay. Yes. Excellent. There are 6 of you, and you want an innocuous, a ship not of war, but rather of trade or peace.
Yes.
And you wanted to sail to the Second Son camp, which is very dangerous. I hope you understand. It's not safe territory. Which adds to the cost because I will need to expose the ship to a risk. And if I do the math in my head, you will probably need to eat while you sail. We'll probably need to provide you that. Fresh water, I assume. Will you be sleeping on the ship, or are you intending to stand for the whole time?
Well, how long is the voyage?
Oh, at least a day.
A day? I think we can do without sleeping, and don't worry so much about food and water. We can bring our own provisions.
Right. Okay. Okay. Are you sure you're new to this?
I'm new to these lands. I've haggled before.
Excellent. Oh, okay. Well, then we can dispense with the simplicities and actually haggle then. So my question
I was
is,
hoping you'd get to that point.
yes, my question is, what do you offer in trade beyond the coin that would make it worth my while?
Yes. I was hoping we'd get to this point. What is it that you need? Because I could offer a great many services and a great many goods over time, but to really get past the
Well,
how would I
what
put it?
do you? I mean, I'm always fascinated by federated tools. They are, I must admit, of great quality. Perhaps you'd like to offer up some of your servants as potential collateral, or even you just trade them. I could give you good coin for them and the ship, if you were willing to let go of a few. Perhaps some information you might have available, or some promise to share information. Perhaps you could tell me what my dear little, what the other first daughter is doing.
Are you not in contact with her?
Oh, we're in contact all the time. But why she chooses to intervene in this way is of interest to me and my sisters.
I'm sure that I would need to discuss it with the captain of the vessel and uh, some pertinent crew members, but I'm sure that we could figure out what we are willing to trade for this voyage. If we were just to go down the path of coin only, what would your opening offer be?
Well, there are
Or
6 of
a big
you
demand.
at 50 guilders each base price.
50 guilders for 6, so
No,
300.
300. Yes. Oh, yes, you were going there. Yes, sorry. Yes, 300 guilders.
Okay, yes. 300 guilders.
Now, of course, that is once again, if you were any of your crew were to sleep on the ship, or eat the food, or drink the water on the ship, that would cost extra.
Of course.
Stay away from the mini bar.
No, I assure you, we are well provisioned for long trips at sea. A day is essentially a stopover for us. We can
Oh,
we
well,
can we can supply ourselves for that time.
excellent.
Let's. How about I discuss with the rest of the officers, and we'll see if we have anything that we can offer that will be in both our interests, even.
Okay, well, go forth and discuss. Anything you guys want to trade up?
All right. So they want tools. I don't really want to give up my surgical equipment, but I mean, some of it is a bit older, perhaps, some of that, but beyond that, it does seem that she's after possibly blackmail material on the other first daughter. What do we think?
Well, we also have the carpentry tools, so we do need those for our own
So my question is, why do they need tools? Surely they're an advanced culture that they know how to make their own tools.
She did mention that she admits they're of the Federated Territories tools are of a fine make, so perhaps maybe they are far less ornate, or not ornate, but precise. Maybe they deal in more rudimentary tools. I imagine.
Maybe everything that they make is superior, and so using a less an inferior race's tools means that they're not insulting their own tools.
Well, they could have bad minds. Maybe they have bad minds over here.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just their form of Orientalism. Trinket from foreign
Yeah,
lands.
that's right.
Yeah.
Jolly good.
Yeah.
So you do actually know that the Federated Territories is more technologically advanced than the Khanate. So they actually make better tools. But there is also a bit of, look at my cutesy tool.
Mm-hmm.
It's much better than your tool.
Yeah.
This tool was made for a hand about half the size of mine, but I'll use it anyway because it's different.
Yeah, exactly. And cutesy.
Yeah.
So to Shah's point, there's a bit of Orientalism in
Yes.
reverse going on here. It's like, look at this cute, delicate little toy that I have. Isn't it cute and delicate?
As he mimics the tool's action.
That's right.
Right. Oh, God.
Well, we wanted to destabilize relations. Saying she's asked for gossip on the other first sister.
Yeah.
No one was entirely clear on how we destabilize relations.
Yeah.
We can make shit up.
That is true.
And then it gets to the brother
to give true information for sure.
True.
Yeah, I have no problem.
Yeah, but he's a brother.
Blackmail material anywhere. That information. All right, let's do that. Let's say yes, we'll pass on information. That's fine.
All right. What information do we wish to pass on?
We've got the gossip about the ships attacking themselves. No, wait, like the ship, the treasure ship that we tried to work out what was in the treasure ship, that we actually found the documents, but that was attacked by, that was under the protection of the trading clan, but was attacked by another.
Yeah.
So there's
there is the whole, her ship sailed in between your ship and the fleeing pirate vessel and rescued it, and that pirate vessel was crewed by a dishonored, irate.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know much about irate culture, but you do know that honourable people aren't meant to run around with dishonourable people.
Okay. All right. We can see how much that'll
that's
save
worth all
us.
300. That's worth
That's
all
worth
300.
Oh, then absolutely.
So she is willing to give you free passage for that piece of information.
Okay.
Because there is a big naughty mark that comes from your name being associated with the name of someone who's been dishonoured and thrown out of their clan.
I'm sure this won't come back to bite us when we go back into their territory, but don't worry about it.
Think of
Future
today,
football.
not tomorrow, my friend. Think of today, not tomorrow. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. Not worry. Don't worry about what tomorrow may bring.
What
I'm
do
all
you
about
mean?
stoicism,
That
you know?
information didn't come from us. You said it was an accident. Why would we say anything else?
And
We didn't say
what
anything
information
different.
we're going to find out while we're here to sell back to her.
That's exactly right. All right, so we'll call it there with you guys sailing into the setting sun, and most importantly, the second sun camp. Okay.
Nice.
How was that? That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
A good chunk to pay. There was no time, but hilarious.
Yeah. A fun little bit of ship intrigue, and
Yeah.
Which is still to be resolved. You don't know who's been dropping the coin. You don't know who's got the coins, and you don't know who stole them in the first place.
Or why? Because, I mean, you don't steal coins and then leave them laying around the place.
Unless you do.
Unless
you do. All right, good game, guys. I got up at sort of 5 a.m. this morning to fly to Melbourne, so I am going to call it right there because I have to get up and bloody catch up with someone at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning because we're having our work meeting at 7 a.m. So I will talk to you in a fortnight. Oh, now, Con, I know you told us. I've forgotten. Sorry, Pan, not Con. Pan.
The course starts Feb 14th, so Valentine's Day. So still got a few sessions. Also.